heat here for a while now. So yeah, that said, it feels like me and my cat has been dying for the past days. It's going to be a bit cooler. It's actually going to be more cold than usual, apparently, according to the weather forecast. So I guess we'll see. We'll have this very big contrast between really, really humid, like it felt like I was in the jungle, like hot weather, and now we're gonna have this very cool summer, almost winter again. So yeah, lovely, lovely weather. Hello there, 3D Kyle, Majestic Mac, and Sunship. How are you guys doing? Are you also having weird weather at your places where it's been like super hot summer? It's been I actually started reading about buildings in Sweden just because I was like, why is my apartment never getting cold even though I have every possible window open? And well, I realized that the buildings are made to kind of sustain the heat inside the buildings, and even if it's cold outside, they're meant to be kind of isolated. So that's why still now today, when it's cooler weather, it feels like the tropical heat never left my apartment. So that's the status from here. Sweaty, at least. Oh, Kyle, it's up and down? You had a bad hay fever. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. Is it like pollen, allergy, or? It's super cold at where you are, Sanjay? How I am doing? Oh, I think I'm fine. I haven't really slept that much the past days because it's been too hot to exist. So it's been very hard to sleep. So yeah, I feel a bit sleep deprived, more than usual, I would say. Majestic Mac, you had some rain today, so it feels better? Well, that's good to hear. Oh, it's pollen, Kyle. Make it hard to work as it makes it so tired. Yeah, we have a guy at work who is experiencing the same. He's super allergic, so he's nose and eyes are he's completely runny, and he's super tired as well. And if you take medication, he's also super tired, so it doesn't really seem to help. So this one, I think, if I recall correctly, since also when I opened PureRef, we have some cork here, and I did some corks last time, if I'm not completely forgetful, which I hope not. So let's have a look. And yeah, we did. So we have 2 corks here. So those we can basically then move up and down in here to create different variations. So we can make basically cylinder, 2 cylinders, and then we can rotate and move them up and down to create different silhouettes for the corks. So then we can have this going on. Now the question is if I should have something that's a little bit less broken, like an actual complete cork, but yeah, maybe I should. Maybe we should. So I think we have a flat one left here, so we can make one that's a little bit less broken. So should if we're texturing what I'm working on. No, so it's the high poly stage still. So for me, it's like basically looking at what I think we should add as details in the sculpt itself and what we should save for painter. So it's like important for me to get the silhouette correct, and also like bigger things that I know I can't really add in painter. Like it would be hard for me to do like these types of things in painter, or like the corks where they're changing a lot in silhouette. Things like this we could add in painter with like stamping it out, but it was like fun to just add them there. So yeah, for me right now it's like a matter of making sure that all the larger pieces are actually done. So I think last time we weren't only looking at the bottle itself, we're looking at pockets for like keeping the bottles in there. So we added like a little bit of like change in here and like an inner pocket in here. And then the corks. So I think I haven't done anything here by the end. So the cord or leather band itself is going to be a tiling material. So we're not gonna touch that one because we basically just going to have like the UV place we like only tile it. The only thing I will be working on is the end pieces, like here, to make it look a bit nice with like some changes. And the same goes with the end connection up here and there. The rest will be just a tiling strip, so it will be flat on the UV as well. So the metal part is something we're going to work on, but I think very soon there is like, I think all the parts are in place. We are missing the lock here, which we need to add. We do have it here, so we're gonna copy it, but like the connection point is not that nicely done. And then we have the pattern, like these things, but that's something I will add the very last. I also been looking into maybe adding some like very small changes in the leather, like where it's dry. Like if I can find some good alpha for that, just add a little bit in Zbrush, otherwise we would do that in Painter. So that is like basically what's left to do, I think. But then again, knowing myself, I will probably sit here and go like, oh, maybe I should add that, or oh, maybe I should do that. So yeah, it's probably gonna take longer than I think in my head, especially if I want to do everything like by hand. So hello there, Mr. Kramer, how are you doing? Hello there, Bronze, and hello there, Aslan. How are y'all feeling today? But yeah, that was my giant recap of what I'm going to do. So let's start with the cork first, like the flat cork. So that means that we're basically gonna see 3 variations in here. And I should probably then look into having different flasks or bottle. So we can see here in the reference that we have one that's not square, like it's more rectangular, and one that's a little bit shorter. So if we do that and then have some corks that we can mix, I think we will find something quite nice. Seeing as these are also transparent, it might be a good idea to also make sure that the bottom piece is at least fixed in some way or another. It doesn't really need to be that much like details, but we should probably not leave it like this. I guess we could just like actually keep the 2 corks we have, make a nice flat bottom, and then just flip them around, and we have like 4 variations like that. Doesn't matter if like the cork where you, you know, bottom would be a little bit off, I guess. Oh damn, Aslan! 20 months! That sounds like a really long time indeed, and yet you're here. Well, thank you for the continuous support. That's a really long time. 24, and it's been 2 years. That's basically the entire time I've been streaming, I think. I don't know, when did I start streaming? Like, more exactly, I think it's 2 years ago, but I'm not really sure on the month though. It's probably longer than 2 years, because I haven't been affiliated the entire time. Hello there, Super Chihuahua! How are you doing? Mr. Kramer's doing good? Oh, Bronze, you still tired in your muscles? You seem to be doing some kind of exercise region. October 2018, just a guess. Then maybe I started streaming during spring 2018, maybe? Oh, from the windsurfing, Bronze. It was fun though. It looks fun when you see people windsurfing. It looks super fun actually. I was out, like now when it's been so hot that you can't live basically weather outside, I managed to get my bike out of the storage unit we have in the house. I guess in the basement basically. We have a like bike room, and it was all the way in, like the furthest back you can possibly get, and there were so much bikes in the way. It took me like 30 minutes to get my bike out, just to realize that I think I have a flat tire. So I had to fix that, and then I could get some air into the bike, just to realize that, oh wait, I don't have any brakes. I managed to get one of the brakes to work, though it only works if the ground is flat. If you're in a hill going down, you have to basically shout, get out of the way, because you can't brake. So it's a little bit dangerous, but nonetheless, back to the sea stuff, Bronze. I took the bike to some cliffs, and I could actually see some small windsurfing boats out, and it looked like it was actually a school. And there were also like, what do they call? I would say a water bike because of lack of word, but they were going too fast, so we actually saw the police a little bit later. But yeah, small like cute sailing boats. So that was it was nice to sit there on the cliffs and just breathe a bit in the hot weather and get some sea breeze. It's like a bit cooler that way. And I also realized that my bike is now, I think I had it since I was 14, so that's basically like 16-year-old bike, which is probably why it's in such a bad shape. So, I think I'm gonna have to do something about it before using it that much again, or just go on flat ground, because then it can stop. Windsurfing boats. I don't know what to call them. Like in Swedish, like tiny little jolles, I guess. Like a school or something. It looked like they were like teenagers. Dingies, yeah, the Genghis Khan look-alike word. We've been through this. Well, you know, I won't remember that. Come on. It's, I thought we already established that I have a bad memory. How am I supposed to remember weird words like that? It won't happen. Could have been Trisiola. I don't know. It looked like a tiny boat with a sail. And it was so tiny that they had to kind of duck underneath when they were like going or changing direction. Yeah. Yeah, one sail. Like one triangle shaped thing on a small boat. I don't know. Or maybe they had multiple, but it looked like one small sail on a boat. It was not a ship. Some ship you confused beyond reason. I'm also confused. I'm like very confused why we can't just call it a boat with like a tiny boat. A tiny cute boat. There we go, with a sail. That's what I saw. It looked nice and it looked fun to have a tiny boat with cute sails. This is why I stick to other things. Like a broken bike. If it was size of a bath tube? Depends on the size of a bath tube, I guess. I mean, it fits a person to sit in a 90-degree, I guess. They had to duck underneath and then... I guess it's a little bit better, like larger. The boat itself was like a triangle as well. Oh my god, Bronze, you know too much. Don't ask me, I don't know what type of boat it was. A small bath tube boat in the shape of a triangle with a triangle sail. It was white, both the sail and the boat, and it looked like a school with kids and teachers out and about. You need the details, Bronze. I'm sorry, I will take a picture next time and I will be like, ta-da, cute tiny boat, told you so. If it was a mirage? Yeah, now I wonder if it was a mirage. I think like at a point I accidentally said like to a big ship like, oh look at that big boat in English then, because I didn't really think about it. And it was like a, I don't know, boat ship enthusiast person, and he was like, oh my god, it's a ship, it's a ship, it's not a boat. And then he went on like what the difference between a boat and a ship was, and I was like, whoa, okay, okay, I can see the passion. Passions for boats and ships. Oh, Bronze, it turns out to be an optimistic dingy, and I'd be like, ah, oh, so it was a bath tube after all. So what I seem to have been, you know, witnessing is people going around in bath tubes with a sail. Apparently, and not a cute tiny boat. Hello there, Gabrielle. How are you doing? I don't know if I should do that much more, like with the bottom side of this cork. more than maybe perhaps nudge it a little bit. You're doing great, Gabrielle. I am doing fine. I was just explaining how hot and humid it's been in Sweden the past days, and that it's been too hard to even, you know, I don't know, exist at some points because it's been so hot. But it's starting to get cooler here, so. But I feel a bit tired. Hard to sleep at night when it's that warm. That's some cool stuff you're doing there. Well, thank you. It's not that much right now. It's a cork, but I hope it will turn out nicely. Okay, so that's that cork. Let's add a bottom for this one as well. How many faces are an object? Oh. I don't know. You can try to count them, maybe? It's a high poly sculpt, so I don't know, it's probably a gazillion polys by now. But you know, doesn't really matter until you do the game mesh, the low poly, then it starts to matter. Then you can't have a gazillion polys anymore. That's why usually people find making a high poly is the most fun, because, well, at this point you don't really have to care as much. All broken down and rugged, Aslan, eaten by the elements. So what has been eating on this cork? Booze, maybe, and maggots. Depends on, I guess, what the carrier of this Dr. Saddlebag has been having in there. That is actually something that I haven't figured out yet. What should we have in the dials? Maybe I should just leave that to the chat, like, what do you think should be in the vials? Like blood, maggots, I don't know, some kind of spices, chili, eyeballs? Maybe that's a bit weird, actually. No triangulation if that's a ZBrush thing. When you're sculpting and using Dynamesh, the triangulation is... they're not really doing that because it makes it harder. But if you use certain action in ZBrush, they will start to triangulate it. Like if you do a decimation, for an instance, you will get triangulation. So, but for what you see, like when you're doing sculpt and remeshing it, no, not so much. You think it should be acid and alcohol elixirs, Aslan? What colors are that? Like brown? Green? Yes, deep corrosive blue. So it should look poisonous instead of like helpful, you mean? Keep in mind though that it's like a doctor's bag and not like someone's trying to kill you. Medicine is potion or poison if you take too much of it. Yeah, that's true. Mr. Kramer, you found the boat. So this is the boat we were talking about. So yeah, this is what is this then, Bronze? Not sure if I actually saw this shower hose on the boat, but almost. It could only fit one person, so it's a smaller edition. Hello there, Polygon! How are you doing? This satchel reminds you of some vampire hunter film you watched, where a doctor carried blood specimens. Oh, well, we can make it quite dark and grim for sure. Using blood and it could be I mean, we could have a vial with blood. Some weird looking color like for brownish things as well, like with acid. I don't know, when I'm thinking about like what did Doctor have back in the days, I'm like, I don't know, eyeballs? But they probably didn't. It's probably more like herbs and flowers and stuff though. Gabriel, if it's the log of Zelda at the background. Oh, you mean in my background here? Yeah, actually, this is in the background of my camera. It's my bookcase filled with Zelda stuff, actually. It's like art books, the manga books, the old SNES game, like a chest with like strategy guides. Yeah, and some figurines, and on the top it's some Battlefield and Horizon stuff from when I worked on those games. So I guess it's my little shrine. My little shrine with nerdy stuff, basically. And Zelda is definitely my favorite series of all time. Even if I don't like all of the games, I still play all of them, and yeah. I collect books and stuff. I have more things in another bookshelf, but they couldn't fit in that one, so. Let's see, if I turn this cork around, will that be sufficient? I guess we should do a little bit more work if we're gonna have it turn around and stuff. Oh, thank you for the follow. Bronze, an optimistic dingy, more commonly by sailors known as a bath tube. Okay. Maybe, maybe that Family Guy picture isn't too far away from what I actually did see. Though for me it definitely just looked like a small little boat, or in the Swedish terms like a jolle. So, but they have like a club for that in that area, so they have a lot of people going out with kayaks and those small little boats. Hello there, Billabong! How are you doing? And welcome, Ada. Hafslan, you also Zelda fan? Kim, acknowledge me. I will only acknowledge you when you played most of the games. Have you, Aslan? No, you haven't. Are you a true fan? No. How long are we gonna have this argument? It's a fun thing. Aslan and me have been arguing for a while if he's a true Zelda fan, if he hasn't played like the old games that kind of established Zelda, so it's just a running joke. You doing good, Billabong? Well, that is good to hear. I cannot beat you in the Shadow Temple on my own. In Arcarina, you mean? Arena of Time. Because it's scary? Well, I actually have, Aslan. I had to turn off the sound on the TV and squint really hard through the entire dungeon. Then I managed to finish it. With sound! No, it's scary. It's the same with Last of Us. I want to play that game so bad, but you know, it's just like something within me, I just lose control. I get so scared that it's just like instantly turning off the TV and the game and everything. It's just like, nope, 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 nope. I just can't. Like, I get so terrified that I'm like, I can't even watch, I can't even have the game on. Yeah, no, it's like with scary movies, I can't watch that either. I just can't. I wish I could though. I even had a hard time with God of War and even The Witcher. And you guys would probably be like, but those games are not scary. Yeah, no, but they are. Still, like, they're ominous and the sound scares me, and like just the, yeah, I don't know, the monsters and stuff. I just can't finish playing. I get, I don't know how to explain it. I just can't hold the controller anymore, and then I'm like instantly having to turn it off. Gabriel, if I have a cat, I do have a cat. He's snoozing next to me actually at the moment. He is in a box on another table. Sounds like your experience with Prey, Bronze. Oh, you thought that was a scary game? Kim confirms scary the cat. Well, always been, so yeah. No, I don't know. Can't really do that much about it. I thought it would go away when I got older, but apparently not. I think that will be okay for the cork. We don't want to go overboard and do too much, since we want it to be like different when it's like the flat side up. So I'm gonna make a new save file. Ada, it happens to you a lot. You can't play FP games because there is a time you got near stressed. Yeah, I also experience like fast heart rate, sweat, cold. Feels like the monsters or the scary things are gonna pop out from my TV and I don't know, get me in real life. So I can't play. I think my imagination is just too wild for scary games and scary movies and such. Billabong, so far Alien Isolation has been the scariest game for you played? Maybe not scariest, but definitely the most stressful. Yeah, I think like stress and yeah, like I guess what you mean, like the game sometimes doesn't necessarily need to be like the most scary thing ever, but it can be so stressful that you like you don't know what to do, and be like intimidating at the same time and a bit scary, like a mix of it. Amnesia? No, thank you. Like in Amnesia, nothing is really like, that's a very slow game, but it still gets my yeah, I don't know, I still get scared. It's like you waiting, the anticipation is scarier than like the encounter itself in those games. Hello, Alexi. Tell me a pipeline from modeling to texturing, please. Oh, that's a very long pipeline, but it will basically be blockout, high poly model, retopo / low poly, UV, texturing, and then render. At least for a game asset. That's like the short description of the pipeline. So the retopo, or what you are asking later, if I'm exporting one level from Zbrush, I am exporting a decimation, like a lower, I guess a more low poly version of this one, like as much detail and silhouette I need to recreate like a low poly from this. So I will export the entire thing at the highest level of it, but that's only for baking the normal maps, AO and stuff. So if I would go and like take something like here, I will probably go down to level 2 or something, maybe here, and then start doing a retopo on top of this. But I will export for the bake the highest subdivision level. So as much as I need to still have some silhouette in there for like making a retopo, I guess. I guess we should save some games as I'm billabong for Halloween. Time is moving fast, so Halloween is soon, I guess. Play some scary games together. As long as I don't have to play it, I can watch. Someone else can stream. Alright, so we have the cork, we have... Yeah, so I think I said in the beginning, that's how good memory I have, but I recall saying that we were going to do the end parts of the rope here. This we haven't done anything on them yet. So I think the cutoff point will be somewhere here. So that means that everything here will be unique and the rest will be a tiling texture, basically. So that will meet up with the unique part. Or like, I can cut it off here as well and then have the tiling or something like that. And the same up here for this part and here. I think my cat is snoring. Are you snoring, Kay? Oh, yeah, he is snoring. I actually had to take him to the veterinarian yesterday to get his like seasonal or like yearly vaccine, and yeah, he's been very clingy since yesterday. I think it's because he didn't like it that much. She was checking his teeth, looking in his ears and checking his lung as well. And after that he was super clingy. He was like, he wanted to be in my lap the entire night. So it's a good thing. He didn't hate me at least. He probably hates the veterinarian, but at least I thought he was gonna hate me and like ignore me for the rest of the evening, but he didn't, so that's something. Right, so we're gonna pick move brush. Move topology. Oh, it's saving. Okay. I guess we're gonna go lower as well. And if we grab this one, we can do some poly group loops. If I wanna watch her play a scary game? No, I'm definitely... I can try play, but it's probably gonna be a controller flying out of the window or in the wall. When I get scared, it's gonna be like... I'm not allowed to mute myself. Well, you will definitely hear me freak out, that's for sure. This one is in the way. Oh no. I guess we will do a different poly group of this one. I think I have two tight polys together to reach it, so here we go. Hello there, Flat! I missed that you were saying hello. Hello, how are you doing? Any idea to why my cat is snoring, Aslan? Well, the doctor said that there was nothing wrong with his lungs. It sounded okay. So that is good news. But it might be, what is it called? In Swedish it's called kvalster, like mites, I think, or something like that, in the nose. It's more common for dogs to get that, apparently. That can cause like a small like blockage. Like, think about it like you have too much snot in your nose, or yeah, but in this case it's like probably blocked by small living organisms. And she said that if I wanted to check that out, I had to book another appointment for them to look at that, because that's a more, yeah, they need more time to check that, apparently. So I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, they didn't have any more times until August, so we're gonna check his nose in August and see. It doesn't seem like he's having a hard time breathing in general. It's only that he's like snoring, so I guess it can be maybe a bit uncomfortable to constantly feel like you're having a block in your nose, probably. Hello there, Fabio. Good evening. How are you doing? And hello, Aparax. You guys joining when I'm talking about like cat snot and veterinarians. But as far as we know, my cat is doing good. He is healthy. He is not overweight. He's perfectly fine, which is good to hear, because he's just a very big cat. So doesn't matter what you guys are saying, my cat is only a very large cat and he's not fat. So now I have evidence that he's just very big. So yeah, I guess that was that. He's now feeling a little bit more happy, I think. He got some treats because he was a good boy at the vet yesterday, so I think he will be just fine. Let's move this over here, maybe. Thank you for the follow. Yumi, she's shocking. Yeah, Yumi, the other family cat, which my parent and my sister is having at their place. She is a very large cat, and they said that also when she was also at the veterinarian yesterday. She needs to lose weight. And we've been talking about this multiple times, me and my parents, and they're like, but we feel so sorry for her. She looks hungry. And I'm like, well, that's not gonna help her. So she has been eating like some kind of diet food actually for the past half year, but it doesn't really seem like she's capable of losing that weight regardless. So she's now getting another type of food. So we will see. Maybe she will start losing some weight, that cat. Are you doing good, Flat? You almost finished your character. Oh, well that's gonna be nice to see. And thank you. You saw my diorama. Yeah, I'm finally done with the diorama. It feels nice. It's done. Now I can work on this instead, concentrate, and yeah, then move on to something new after I'm done with this project. So looking forward to that, because I think it's time to either do a environment or try character art. Doing characters is something I never really tried before, so it would be fun to try that out, actually, to do something like that. So we will see. Here is Kay. People have been waiting for you, Kay. Hello. Hello. Were you sleeping? And now you're coming here for cuddles. You're so fluffy, Kay. So fluffy. Are you cute though? Yes, you are. Did you get good food today? And some candy? We're also going to get a little kitten soon, joining the family in August, so he will have a playmate. Or, I don't know, will you though, okay? You're like starting to be like an old man by now. He's like 9 years old, so he might be just a grumpy old man when we have that cat joining, right? So I'm gonna build a small cat tree for him. Well, small, like a high cat tree, higher than the ones he has, so he can climb and get out of the way, or like get some calm and peace, because that cat is not gonna be able to climb that very far in the beginning. So you can escape, right? No, and the new cat, the small little kitten, the small little kitten is actually gonna be at my place together with Kay here in the beginning, since I'm working from home, and then it's actually going to be my parents' cat, but they can't be at home as much as I am, so I'm going to take care of it in the beginning together with Kay here, and then my parents will eventually take the cat. So Mr. K here is gonna be helping me, I guess, foster the cat. I don't know. I don't think he will do it. I think honestly what's gonna happen is that he's gonna be looking at the little cat and be like, oh, plaything, oh, it's annoying, no, and then he's gonna be like putting his paw on top of the cat and be like, no, go away. So I don't think he's gonna be that helpful, no. Flat, Kim is a character artist. You need to see it. Art jam with character modeling. I am actually going to host another art jam. So that's going to happen. I'm going to finish this one first. So I was actually going to post in Discord that we are going to have another art jam, probably start of August somewhere, I think. Will probably be a good time. And we will see a little bit. I have some ideas, and I also got some ideas from people in chat as well, in Discord. So seems like we have agreed on perhaps a general theme for what we think it would be, and it would be a bit different from like what the art jams usually are. So, but I'm gonna wait a little bit with the announcement. I'm going to probably post in Discord a like little teaser that it's time to maybe finish whatever you guys are working on right now, because soon, very soon, we will be having another art jam. So, but this time I'm gonna make sure that I finish this project first, so I can actually participate fully at the same time. So I'm not like finishing anything off like later, like I'm doing now. Hello there, Daniel. Rainstorm has started. Yeah, it's raining here as well. I wonder if you guys can hear it, if my mic is picking it up. Maybe the music is like covering it. I don't know if the music is actually loud enough. This one is not straight, or is it? Could probably move it a little bit. I think, yeah, we had 35 at the highest Celsius, like during the weekend. I think it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and it's never this hot in Sweden. Like it was insane. Like apparently we had tropical heat coming from south, from the like African continent, at least that's what the weather forecast said. So it's been very humid. But now it's going to be cooler and rain, and now it's probably apparently gonna be below the average. We're gonna probably get around 15, 16 Celsius the coming like week in Stockholm at least. So like I was dying of the heat, but I don't wanna have not summer either. So I would like it to be a little bit more in the middle ground, right, Kay? Would be nice if we had some regular, normal temperatures. What do you say? He's actually here on my table. Here we have cat. Oh man, it's a rainstorm. I guess you can hear that. I can see my mic spiking. You can. Okay, well then you know. We are in the middle of a storm. Well, rainstorm. You've been hearing it for a while, but it's like way louder now, right? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about it, sorry. Unless, like, I should just turn off my mic. Cat cam, best cam? Yep. At least when he's like this, laying on his back. Snoozing. Right, Kay? He loves being pet on the stomach, actually, and his little belly. Sometimes I don't think he is actually a cat. If I have more pets, no, like we used to have my family, my parents basically. My parents, me and my sister, when I was living at home, we used to have 3 cats and a dog at most at the same time. But that dog unfortunately passed away 3 years now ago in cancer. Very, very sad. At the moment we have 2 cats, 2 of those cats left, so I have one in my place now. The other, like one of the 3 cats also passed away, but that's I think a year ago now. She became 17 years old, that cat, so it was time for her, I think. She was like getting worse and worse, unfortunately. So we have 2 of those cats left. So Kay here, he's 9 years old. So he's starting to get a little bit to the age, right, Kay? But he still behaves like a kitten. He's very playful and he has a lot of energy. So. But my parents are probably getting another, well probably they decided now that they're getting another cat because that cat needs a home. It's from like the countryside, so they caught a stray that got like 11 kittens, so we're gonna take care of one of those kittens. So that cat we will get in mid-August. So then we will have 3 cats again. Hello there, Mir. How are you doing? We have a cat cam here. Yeah, there's no commands in chat, but if you are interested in joining Discord to hang around with people here in chat, or join art jams, or just art talks, like sit in chat or work together, or I don't know, just hang out in a place, you can always also scroll down on the Twitch page. You will find a link in the description there. Along with other links and resources, but yeah, otherwise the moderator here is working like a command, I guess. Aslan posting the link. Hello there, ticks. I agree, there's a lot of useful communities out there. I'm in a few as well that is very active. I think most people have moved to Discord or Slack. Like Polycount, the big forum, used to be very active, and now I think they moved like basically most of the conversations and help to Discord instead. So it feels like they're moving more and more like in general communities to Discord and Slack than hanging out in forums. Ah, cat has moved. He's like long, like a snake. You see that? It's like completely stretched out. Are you completely stretched out, Kay? You look so lazy. So lazy, Kay. This is basically him every day when I'm working. When I'm sitting at the other desk, he's always like this, jumping up and then he's like laying on his back. It feels like he has no limbs or like a spine. I can't imagine how this is comfortable. Like, I've been trying to add like beds and blankets and stuff for him to make it a little bit more cozy, but he's not interested. Six relaxed boy, indeed, he's very relaxed. This is usually how he sleeps, even in the sofa and if he's sleeping in the bed. I'm not sure if it's like good or bad for a cat to sleep this way. But I take it as he's feeling secured and comfortable since well, he's showing his belly, the most vital parts he has, so I take it as a compliment, Kay. Steel rice, if I take commission, no, I don't think so. No one never asked me, so I'm a bit unsure what to answer. But no, I don't freelance basically, or I do like my own projects only when I'm streaming. So. I assume commission means like freelance or something along that line. Olegka, hello. Where can you download my UI for Zbrush? If you are a Patreon subscriber, then the UI is in a post in Patreon. It's also tagged as Zbrush UI, so you can always filter the Patreon page to find it. Are you awake now, Kay? Are you leaving? You leaving? Oh well, okay. Okay, Kay left us, guys. He was like, I'm done. I am done. I guess he's going out for food. Ever thought about designing a keyboard? The thought hasn't really occurred, no. Designing a keyboard. Like to make it look like something else than a keyboard, or like just a cool keyboard design. Yo, Jack, no cat, no. Cat left us. He felt done. Which I guess is fair, because it's probably... He doesn't get paid to be on camera, right? Well, you get cat food, but... and treats. I think the raining has kind of stopped. I can only hear a few drops now, so hopefully that's not like annoying you guys too much anymore either. Saving at the same time when I'm trying to grab a brush. Okay. Trying to get some more like interesting shaping going on here, like it's been, you know, stuck more in this position as well. So it's not completely flat, but it's more like been, well, at the edge of the metal piece. I don't really know what this part is called, like a kind of lock mechanism, I guess, or like, well, not lock, but it's attaching like a belt bucket or something like that. Wow. English words. so we have some shape going on. So I think would be cool is if we actually, because it's only this button that is holding it up, so if we move perhaps like a little bit on the edge here as well, like separate it a little bit, I think that could look a little bit cool. Hello Dragonfly, how are you doing? Okay, maybe that's a little bit too much. We only want to have like a subtle change. A little bit of unevenness to add on this one. Just a little bit. You're doing good, Dragonfly? You're currently fighting the chaos of moving boxes and stuff lying around everywhere. I can imagine that you're living in moving chaos right now. Probably like a puzzle to find things and stuff. My biggest mistake when I'm moving is always that I somehow, like, I think in my head that I have a quite clear picture of, like, okay, so these are things that I need before, like I have to pack the very last day, but somehow, sometimes you accidentally pack important things, like in the box, like in the bottom, so you can't reach it anymore. That's usually my moving chaos. Most exhausting part is done? Oh, that's good. Then I guess soon it's only the more like joyful part, which is the actual that you actually have moved and then you can start unpacking. So when is the actual move? Is it this weekend or like one more week or so? How you got a diamond on your name, Mr. Kramer? Well, the diamond is a VIP symbol. That means that you've been hanging out here a lot in chat, and that gives you a small little nice diamond icon. That's what it's basically meaning. Ooh. Bathe in the glory of being a VIP. You've been a chatty chap, with other words. You've been here hanging out, with other words, I would say. But yeah, I guess in a basic term, you have been a chatty chap. It's already on Sunday, Dragonfly. You're currently settling in. Oh, it was already on Sunday. Okay, well then definitely the hardest part is done already. Then it's just about unpacking. The fun part, I would say. I still have 3 moving boxes that I haven't unpacked, and I moved September last year. Which is also a typical thing. There's always gonna be like some moving boxes that you never unpack until almost before you actually move again, basically. Hello there, Magnus! Quick question, any tips on handling straps of leather in Zbrush? You always get a bit wobbly and yours look pretty clean. Well, for the starter, it's made in Maya first, like this strap here. So that's probably why it looks clean and not that wobbly. But there are tools in Zbrush that helps you out, but you will have to make like a guiding geometry. Like most of these brushes don't work unless you do have something underneath. So let's see, where is it? There's supposed to be a tube, curved tube. So, for instance, we can actually use this surface, I think. Should probably lower it. Okay, no, it doesn't want to. Multiple subdivision levels. Let's append a cylinder. Cylinders are always nice. So there is like certain tools that can help you out, like this curve tube, but you can see that it starts to get wobbly indeed. So what you can do is that you can go into stroke, and here you can play around with the curvature, like how much the curve steps are. So you can see here it like becomes like a straight line almost immediately, especially here when it's like the surface is bending, or you can like make it higher. You can also make it elastic or liquid. If you have a bigger brush, you get also less like strokes. And if you're not using the, like here you can see how it's smoother than the previous one that is a bit wobbly, because like the curve is smoother and a little bit more, like the smaller the brush, the more details it would add. So that's what you can do. Like you also have the lazy mouse adjustment, like steps that can help you out. And then I think in brushes you can also play around with orientation and modifiers. There's like some tutorials about that, how you can do with curve function, and if you can do it smooth and stuff. So you can also grab other type of brushes that are not rounded and use them. What is the army curve? Hello, Kay. Oh, you have a tail. So depending on the meshes, so you can see the sequence here is like bigger chunks. This one is like lesser chunks. It's like basically a tube cylinder, like stacking on top of each other. This one is like the entire piece, so naturally it will be bending less. So you can make your own like brush as well, like this, that is completely flat. That would also help with it becoming a little bit porky. So much Zbrush to learn. There is a lot of Zbrush stuff to learn. But these things, when it comes to curves and stuff, how am I supposed to talk, Kay, when I have your tail in my mouth? But yeah, read about stroke, and then you can basically apply it to any brush that have a curve. I have cat hair in my mouth now, Kay. It's literally covered with cat hair. Hello. But you walked away, Kay, so why are you here now? But yeah, for every curve brush you're using, you have to have a surface underneath. So for this strap here, it was easier to do it with just curves in Maya. You can modify the curves, you don't have to have a surface underneath, then it's looking at the camera instead. But I find that way harder to work with than just doing it with curves in Maya. Okay, what am I supposed to do? I'm done in a few minutes, okay, Kay? Then we can play some. You have to let me finish a bit first. Your girlfriend is saying that my cat is amazing and she loves it. Aw, did you hear that, Kay? You got a compliment. People love you. People love you. He says thank you, and now he's here again. Right? Where's my pen? Where's my pen? Oh, you're sitting on my pen. Can I has it? No? Come on. Ah, here it is. Did you take my pen? Did you take it? You were hiding it under your belly, right? Good thing that I have the Alt commando on my tablet. I always use my keyboard for Alt, but it's a good thing that I have a button here, because then I don't necessarily need my keyboard, even if I have a struggle using this. Alright, so we have started fixing a little bit on the strap here. Oh my god, this is hard to control. Okay, why did you steal my keyboard? Bah, I have cat hair in my mouth again. What am I supposed to do, Kay? We need to comb your fur, I think. You're losing more fur than usual. Okay, so I need space. I realize I haven't added that as a key binding to my Wacom tablet. Maybe I should then, Kay, because this is hard. And maybe we should add F on the Wacom as well, right? Because how am I supposed to work otherwise, Kay? Can you remind me later, Kay, that we need to add some adjustments to the hotkey here on the Wacom tablet? Do you think you can remind me of that? He's like, Roger, Roger, but you will never remind me, right? No, you won't. Tix, a quick question. If I texture the leaves on the diorama in Painter, no, that's a Photoshop mash actually with multiple textures that I've added on top and then painted a bit. So that is like how I did it. I feel more comfortable in doing stuff like that, like photo bashing things together in Photoshop than in Painter or Designer. We need Control D, okay? Control D. Oh, thank you, Zix. It took a while to find the... Well, maybe not for the texture, but it took a while for card placement and stuff. And mix and match different textures and stuff and photos. You should do it with Photoscan or Megascan, and whenever you don't find what you need, Zbrush and Designer. Yeah, like, I am not that well versed with, like, making vegetation, and if I would do a vegetation scene, I would probably try to do it with Zbrush and Designer and, like, all of that thing, but at the same time, like, we don't really do that in production. We're more photo bashing together textures or scan data, multiple layers on top of each other to find colors and the normals you want to have and the edge wear on like the leaves itself and so on. So it's like, yeah, it's quicker, and I think honestly the result is better if you use like scan data than trying to sculpt the leaves and stuff. Especially me when I haven't really done that much before, and also I didn't want to spend too much time on hand sculpting leaves either, so that's basically how we did with textures before Painter as well. You would like use more like photo bashing, or however you want to call it, and bash together textures to, like, for base color and albedo. You would still probably have sculpts for the normal map and so on, and you would also usually add way more microsurface details in your sculpt. Like here, if I want to have like small speckles in the normals, I would have to do that here, while now I can do that in Painter and have it, you know, non-destructive in that way. I can change the speckles however I want, but before it was like, you kind of had to do that because it would be a mess to try to add that in Photoshop and then convert it into a normal map and stuff, so a lot of things have changed for the easier, I would say. But certain things I still find like quicker, easier, and the same result by using the same old Photoshop bashing techniques and converting to normal maps and stuff with Endo. So a little bit of like So I'm swapping between two materials here. Like I usually use this one when I'm sculpting. But when I really want to see how like cavity would bake and stuff, and if the details might be able to pop in a certain, like in angles, I'm looking at this white cavity material instead. Oh, it takes you Love Designer, but when you're low on time, Photoshop is very handy. Like you can do most of the things from Photoshop in Designer. It's just since Photoshop is something that I'm better in, or well, I've been using it more. It's faster, but there are certain tricks in Photoshop that are faster than Designer, for sure, just moving something in a layer and so on. But I assume that at some point it will get to the same user experience, since they have Adobe in their back now, or well, I hope. So I want to do some parts here more, and then we will add the rest in Painter. That's very small, so it's not gonna be very noticeable anyway. But we'll see some changes in here, so that's something. What do you say, Kay? Are you bored? I think it's time for me to play a bit with Kay. It's usually like play and then feeding time, trying to keep it on schedule so he is not too too disturbing during the night. So, I think a little bit more and then we are done with the high poly. Shall we raise the camera a bit? Designer is good, Miss Kramer, but you leads who don't know the software that well have this fantasy that you can do whatever with it and expose everything like a magic software. I guess actually when you look at it, you know, in the beginning it feels like the magic solution to everything and that you can do anything because people doing crazy shit on ArtStation, like amazing things, and you're like, wow, you made that with Designer only? Damn. But a lot of those things took a long time, and it's also like not maybe the procedural level as people would maybe think, or maybe not production ready for games. So, but definitely a cool software. It's just for certain things it's really good with having that proceduralism and that you can, you know, change things easier with masks and so on, and generate it than having it in like Photoshop layers and you have to move and I don't know, tile it yourself and stuff like that. But it's a lot of things Designer can't do. Ada, you use it a lot to make alphas for Zbrush. Well, that's it's quite nice to do that, yeah. I use I have so much cat hair in my face. It's insane. I usually do my alphas in Zbrush, like sculpt on a plane, or I convert like pictures, like make them black and white in Photoshop, and then make a displacement in Zbrush, and then I sculpt on that, and then I do a alpha grab from that. So I guess most of my things is from Zbrush itself for pictures, but I can see like I've seen people use Designer as well, because you can get a lot of like black and white masks or like height masks and stuff, so it's pretty neat. Takes you use Zbrush to make alphas for Designer. There's all different roads and workflow. That way it makes it really fun to see how other people work. I find it fascinating. People are always finding like new ways and like work with, and sometimes it's like, oh, it goes faster to try to do that with change your workflow, adapt and stuff. Well, I think that's it for this stream. I'm gonna have to wash my face to get rid of the fur that my cat has been spreading all over the place. But that's gonna be it for today, guys. And thank you for the follow. You just got a follow notice. I'm gonna move to my 3N screen, and I am going to be in Discord for anyone who wants to sit and chat and do art talks. We are a few people who do that after stream on Tuesdays, working and chatting, and it's all different random subjects actually that we are talking about, and yeah, I don't know, laughing about in general. But yes, anyone feel free to join, and I will catch you next week. I also have a special announcement I will post in Discord very, very soon. It's about an extra stream, so keep Monday free, I would say. Tuesday is still gonna be a streaming day, but the coming Monday is gonna be a special stream, so keep an eye out for that. And with that said, I will wish you all a good day or good evening, and catch you soon. Bye bye.